Well, hello, my most amazing artists. Today, I have for you a kind of getting to know you um, abstract piece of art that we're going to make today using shapes. I'm introducing you to some shapes for practice, as well as a review of some lines, and then we'll also add some color to this masterpiece. I say abstract because it is not meant to look like anything in particular, okay? We are focusing on shapes, lines, and colors, as you can see here. And so what I have for you, it's going to be like a little game. I have made a paper that says, draw if you, and then there's a bunch of boxes with shapes and lines, and then some words on here of what you should be drawing. So it says, draw if you have a sister, have a brother, wear glasses, all those things. So if any of these items apply to you, then that is what you're going to draw. So let's say if you have a sister, you're going to draw a triangle. If you have a brother, you're going to draw a rectangle. Remember, rectangle has longer sides there. Circles. It says one for each person in your family. So you're going to draw a circle for each person in your family. Square if you play a sport. If you wear glasses, make a spiral. I even added not just, these are geometric shapes I have up here, but I've also added some organic shapes, which we will learn more about. They're more free form. Okay, we'll talk more about those in the next couple weeks. But if you have a pet, you're going to draw this wiggly squiggly shape here. Here's some line review. If you like ice cream, I want to see zigzags. If you are missing a tooth, you're going to add some straight lines. If you like to swim, I want some wavy lines. If you like tacos, make a moon or a crescent shape. If you can wink, you're going to make this curved line with straight lines coming out, and it actually looks like somebody winking. And of course, if you love art class, I want to see a star on your paper. So I have already made one, so you can get to know me a little bit more from here. And I've got almost just about everything here. I have a sister, so I drew a triangle. I have a brother, so I drew a rectangle. One circle for each person in my family. I have a bunch of circles on here. I got a big family. If you have a pet, I do. I have a couple pets. I did add a couple spirals. I do wear glasses, but not so much at school. I wear contacts, so I still counted it. I also have a zigzag because I love ice cream. And I like to swim. So I added some wavy lines. Now, here's one thing I did not add, thank goodness, is these straight vertical lines because I am not missing any teeth. All right. And then I can wink. I do love tacos. And of course, boom, there's my star. Mrs. Jones loves art class. So I added that in here. Okay. So all you need for this project, I actually have a smaller piece of paper just because I want to show you real quick what we're doing. But all you need is oops, sorry about that, while that focuses. You need a piece of paper, just plain. You can use a pencil, you can use a marker. You can use just about anything you want, really, for this abstract art. You can use markers, crayons, colored pencils. I'm going to use some crayons here, as well as my marker, but I'm going to use my marker to start out. Now, what is the very first thing we always do to our paper, my artists? Name on the back. Okay, and then if you remember your class code, it's whatever grade you're in, all right, and then your teacher, all right? Flip it over. Here we go. I'm going to take my marker to start out. Now I'm going to show you again. It's going to be similar to what I just did, but I'll do it again for you. So if you have a sister or a brother, I'm going to, and you can make them as big or as little as you want. I'm going to make a big triangle. Now a triangle has 3 sides. You come to a point here, then connect them. 1, 2, 3. 3 points, okay, 3 sides. It can be a tall, skinny one. It could be a wide one. It's up to you. Rectangle, because I do have a brother. A rectangle is like a square. It has 4 sides, but 2 of the sides are longer. Keep seeing that on there. There we go. So I'm going to fill some space in over here. I'm going to start. So Start big. Start with your bigger shapes, your bigger ideas before you add those smaller details, okay? Now, one for each person in your family. Now, we have lots of different kinds of families. I'm going to include my family that I grew up with as well as my family now. So it was, let's see, I have a brother and sister, so it was the three of us. I'm going to draw 3 circles, and what's cool is I'm going to add them overlapping a little bit like that. And then my mom and my dad. And then I'm also going to add, see, I'm going to add lots of circles to this. I love this. This is great practice. But I'm going to add my husband, my daughter. Okay, and then if you want to add, cousins and grandparents, that's fine too. Whatever you define as your family, that is perfectly fine. But I'm going to stop there and move on and add some more. Now, these are what we call geometric shapes. Okay, they have to look a certain way, but with organic shapes, these free-form wiggly shapes, they can look kind of however I want them to. A lot of them are pretty curvy. I actually have 2 pets, so I'm going to make 2 just because I want to fill my space, and I love making organic wiggly shapes like that. They kind of look like paint splatters, which of course makes me happy. Okay, I have a dog and I have a cat, so I'll add a couple on there like that. So silly. And I do have them on top of each other. That's called overlapping. That is okay too. Or you can just line them up however you want. All right, let's see. Let's get into some of our lines. This is a great review. Oh, there's some ice cream. I love to swim. I'm going to include those both. But with this one, what I like to do with my lines is kind of crisscross my paper as well. And there's some, they kind of look like waves. That's why I made those lines for if you like to swim. And then, what was the other one? Oh, ice cream. I love ice cream. Sometimes I make silly noises when I make my shapes and lines. You guys know that. All right, get those points on there. Okay, remember zigzag lines are made out of diagonal lines that touch. Okay? And then I've got to include that I love art class because you know I do. So let's add a star in the middle. However you make your star is fine. It doesn't have to have 5 sides. If you don't want, you know what? I'm going to add a bunch of stars because I love art class so much. Why not? So fill your page. This will help me get to know you some more, which I love. Once you're done with that, then you may start coloring. You can leave it black and white if you want. You can use your neutral colors, your primary, your secondary. You can use them all. Markers, colored pencils, crayons, however you want, but do your best. Take your time and work on filling in your whole paper. Not just the shapes, okay, but also the background. If you look at my first one here, I colored the entire background green. I know that takes time. You can do it, all right? You can do it. Get as creative as you can be. I'm excited to see these when you bring them back. So please make sure your name's on them, and I would really love for you to bring them back to school and show me what you have created. All right? So happy creating, have fun, and always do your best, my most amazing artists. Have fun!